Shalom, Israel. Today's the Sabbath day. It's me and Brother Jacquam out here, and you see we out here on the streets. We're gonna continue to teach on the streets. Hopefully, brothers come out and come listen, right? So we could teach them the laws and the commandments of the Most High, right? Because that's the only way you're gonna go into the kingdom of heaven. And so we're gonna just start with the Sabbath, because today is the Sabbath day, from Friday sundown to Saturday sundown, and we're gonna get. And the Sabbath is a commandment, so you got to follow all the commandments, right? So we're going to get Isaiah 58 and 13.
Isaiah 58 and 13. If thou turn away thy foot from the Sabbath, from doing thy pleasure on the holy day, and call the Sabbath a delight, the holy of the Lord, honorable, and shall honor him, and not doing thine own ways, nor finding thy own pleasure, nor speaking thy own words.
Right, so on the Sabbath day, you can't do what you want to do, right? So there's a parable I use, like, say it's your birthday, right? Are you going to do what somebody else wants you to do on your birthday? It's your birthday, even though we know the birthday is a pagan holiday, it's a pagan day, but it's an example, right? Come closer a little bit, Tati, right? So when it's a specific person's day, you're not going to do what another person wants you to do. You're going to do what you want to do, and that person got to follow what you want to do, because if they trying to celebrate it with you, right? So like the Sabbath day, that's a holy day for us, and we got to do what the Most High tells us to do. So we can't do anything pleasurable, we can't play games, anything that gets you excited, riles you up, it's fun, you do it on spare time, right? You do it to, like, just to do stuff, right? Slakia, just to do it, right? So, and he also says, and call the Sabbath day a delight, the holy of the dawn, honorable, and shall honor him, not doing thy own ways. So you honoring him, you have to do what he wants you to do on the Sabbath day, which is preaching, studying, learning, keeping the Sabbath. You can't cook, you can't heat things up, right, and etc. We're gonna get into that. But so to keep the Sabbath day honorable, you have to follow what the Most High says, right? And he says, nor speaking thy own words. So say it's the Sabbath day today, right? And then later on it's an NFL game coming on. You can't be like, well, brother, how much you trying to bet on this game tonight? They're gonna be this and that, gonna go to Slakia. These two teams gonna go at it with each other. Who you think gonna win? I think they're gonna win. You can't talk about anything that's not about the Most High, and you can't speak anything other than the words of the Most High, right? So now, brother, get Nehemiah 10 and 31. All right. Right, and every Sabbath day, we're going to come out here and preach the word, right? Right now, there's no people. There's going to be days where there's going to be people, Most High willing, and there's days like today, Most High willing, whatever he has to happen is going to happen.
4 and 21, you said?
Nah, Nehemiah 10 and 21.
Oh, 10 and 21. 10 and 21. All right.
How you? Weird. Nah, 31. Right? Yeah, you got to highlight.
Oh, okay. All right.
Nehemiah 10 and 31. And if the people of the land bring ware or any victuals on the Sabbath day to sell, that we will not buy it of them on the Sabbath or on the holy day, and that we have leave the 7th year and the exaction of every debt.
Right? So on the Sabbath day, you can't buy or sell. You can't be selling. You can't, even if it's homeless people or not even that, right? Say you just got shirts you trying to promote, right? Because there's Israelites that they walk around with fringes and they walking around saying, brother, buy your fringes, this for the Most High, da-da-da. It don't matter what it's for. He says not to buy or sell. So even if it's fringes, you can't sell it on the Sabbath day, right? You can't deal with money, and you can't buy from another man on the Sabbath day. You're supposed to prepare the day before. Like, if you need to buy food, if you need food, you're supposed to buy the day before. You got to prepare the day before. So you cannot, like he said, you cannot buy or sell on the Sabbath day, right? And get Exodus 35:3. It don't matter how hungry you might feel like you are, because the Most High says, he says no man can live only on bread, right? So you can't Slakia, you can't say you believe in the Most High, right? And then you feeling hungry and you like, dang, is the Most High gonna bring me food? Or even if he don't bring you food, you gotta live on faith. You gotta believe like, all right, when the time's right, I will get food, right? Yeah. Your stomach is growling, it's rumbling, you feel like you about to throw up or whatever, right? You can't, all right, I'm about to just go buy food. You know, the Most High not gonna give me food, right? No man can live on only bread. Go ahead, brother.
Exodus 35:3. Ye shall kindle no fire throughout your habitations upon the Sabbath day.
Right, so kindling fire, what is that? Cooking. You can't heat nothing up. A lot of brothers be like, well, if you put food in a microwave, it's not heating up. It's not no fire. You're not kindling no fire. Well, you're making that food hot. And it's a different type of fire, right? It's a different type of flame. It's like, I can't get the word out. It's like nuclear or whatever.
It's, radiation.
Radiation, right, Slakia? So you still heating up that food with some type of heat source. You can't be cooking, right? You can't kindle no fire in your house, outside, anywhere you at. You can't, oh, it's a barbecue. I'm gonna have a barbecue, right? He said we can't do it in our habitations. We can't do it. That means in our house, in our homes, right? So I'm gonna go outside and cook. That's not what that is. You can't cook, no kindling, no fire. Brother, you know it's the Sabbath day today? You know it's the Sabbath day today? Do you believe in God? So come hear the word. We teaching the words out of the Bible.
I'm listening.
You listening?
Yeah.
So you really gonna listen? All right, right? So do you know what the Sabbath day means? You're not trying to deal with it. He walking away, right?
That's just Jake, man.
Anyway, so we done with that. Now we're gonna get the commandments, right? Because the Sabbath day is a commandment. And if you fear the Most High, you're gonna follow his commandments, his laws, and his statutes. So Slakia, give me a moment. Right? Because there's some brothers that say they believe in the Most High. Then when you preaching the word, it's like, that's too much. I'm not even trying to do that. I'm not trying to change. Right? The Most High said, the wicked man fleeth when no man pursue. We trying to chase him down with the word, and we not physically chasing him down. We using the words of the Most High. We trying to get him to, he said he believed, right? So why is it that you believe, and then once the words is coming out the book, you don't want to hear it? You walking away, you doing this and that. You walking away, mind you, with your back turned to us, so you're not really listening. You just want us to speak and just get it over with so you can just walk away, right? So we're going to get the commandments stuff. Slack, give me a moment. Actually, we're going to get faith. Go to Matthew 10:32. It's gonna be a time where there's not gonna be no Edomites. You're not gonna see none of them sitting around smoking bogeys. They're not even gonna exist no more. And Most High willing, we're gonna get into all that. Go ahead, brother.
Matthew 10:32. Whoever therefore shall confess me before men, him will I confess also before my Father which is in heaven.
Right, so it's a lot of brothers that when you go to school, right, because when I went to school, people make jokes about God. They be like, well, damn, you scared, bro. Slacky, I'm trying to figure out what I'm trying to say, right? But people make jokes about the Most High, right? Things like, oh, you scared, you better pray, or you better go to church. You scared, go to church. Like, people make up all types of parables and making fun of the Most High, and the Most High is not a joke, right? So, and having true faith, you're gonna confess the Most High before men, right? We out here, me and Brother Jaquan, their sisters out here, they confess the Most High before men. If somebody asks them, why you wear your fringes? Because I fear the Most High. Why you wearing your dresses? Because I fear the Most High, right? You gotta confess the Most High's name before men. You can't be scared, oh, you posting on social media that you believe in the Most High, then when somebody sees you in person, you like, oh, I'm not trying to talk about that. Just watch my snaps. Oh, you got me on the gram. You scared. You're not trying to proclaim the Most High's name. You're scared and you don't really fear the Most High. You really fearing men. You fearing the creation more than the Creator. Because there's no way, if you fear the Most High, there can't be no man on this planet or woman that comes to you and shames you. I mean, Slakia, makes you feel ashamed for believing in the Most High. You're supposed to be proud about it. That's the only thing you're supposed to be proud about. You're not supposed to have pride, but the only thing you're supposed to be proud about is that you're an Israelite and that you fear the Most High and you follow the commandments and that you confess His name before men, right? So, and go to Corinthians 5 and 7, right? Because there's a lot of brothers, and we just going, right? And we just bouncing off faith, like precepts, different precepts to prove that you got faith and to see whether or not you really got faith, right? Because there's a lot of people that be like, well, when brothers is out here preaching, they'll be like, well, if you preaching the word of the Most High, why is He not next to you? Or where is He at? I never seen God before. Can you show me where He's at? Can you show me this? Can you show me a picture, right? You're supposed to walk by faith and not by sight. And go ahead and read that. Just read that part where he says that one.
Okay. Corinthians chapter 7. Chapter 10 and 7.
Nah, 5 and 7.
Oh, 5 and 7?
All right. Yeah. It's gonna say this.
All right, 5 and 7. Gotcha.
Right?
All
and it's like one moment.
No problem.
And this is our second day, right? So if you see us fumbling or whatever, we're gonna get better, right? Practice makes perfect, right? So go ahead, brother.
Corinthians chapter 5 and 7. Purge out, therefore, the old leaven, that ye...
Nah, it's 2 Corinthians.
Oh, 2 Corinthians? Alright. So all this, like, could just, like, edit out or, whatever it's gonna be.
Right, because there's a lot of brothers, like, when we just came out here, we was talking to the Israelites, and this Edomite came out and, like, was like, well, if you preaching the faith, I'm homeless. Can that faith help me? Right? One, we not dealing with Edomites, but that's her walking by her faith is in seeing and feeling and physically seeing something and being able to grab it, physically being able to talk to it, right? Because you could talk to the Most High spiritually, right? You can go and talk to Him and supplicate with Him, right? But that sister over there, she want instant action. She want us to preach the word, and then God just puts her in a mansion. That's not how it goes, right? So you gotta walk by faith and not by sight. Go ahead, brother.
2 Corinthians chapter 5 and 7. For we walk by faith, not by sight.
Right? So like I said, you gotta walk by faith and not by sight, right? So in the end times, there's gonna be a time where there's gonna be false prophets, and there's gonna be false prophets. There's gonna be a false Messiah. There's gonna be a false Yahushua, which is so-called Jesus Christ, right? There's gonna be a fake Yahushua out there, the Antichrist, you wanna call him, right? So people are gonna tell you, well, brother, come. You're gonna be in a time. You're gonna be vulnerable. Like, it's gonna be a vulnerable time because this world is gonna be desolate. Everything you see is gonna be desolate, right? So you're gonna be vulnerable, and there might be brothers out there that's gonna come to you and be like, well, brother, Yahushua, he's here. Come with me, right? That's walking by sight, right? Because the Most High said that there's gonna be a false Antichrist, and then there's gonna be brothers that's gonna be calling you and telling you to come to Him. Meanwhile, if you walk in the faith of the Most High, the Most High gonna put the Spirit on you because to realize that, wait, I read about that, I learned about that, right? So you're gonna know that that's false and that's not real, and that's a trick, right? That's deceit, because you're gonna go there wherever this man is telling you that Yahushua is dwelling at. You're gonna go there and get your head sliced off. and the Most High is not going to deal with you because you wasn't meditating in the precepts like he said to meditate in the precepts. Because if you was meditating in the precepts, you would know, right? And the Most High will put that spirit on you to realize that that's false, right? So you got to walk by faith and not by sight. Just because you don't see the Most High, that don't mean he's not real. Because there's a lot of people out there with their fake doctrines or fake beliefs like atheists. They don't believe in the Most High because they walk by sight and not by faith. They believe that, well, if I don't see him, then he can't be real. If no one in my generation seen him, he cannot be real, right? So, go to Corinthians 4 and 18. It's the same Corinthians.
2 Corinthians 4 and 18. While we look not at the things which are seen, but at the things which are not seen. For the things which are seen are temporal, but the things which are not seen are eternal.
Right? So the Most High is eternal. You can't see the Most High. You can't go there or come here and be like, well, I see the Most High, right? You gotta feel the Most High. The Most High is gonna put a spirit in you to feel and know that he's present, right? And Slakia, right? You can't mind the things which are seen. So, because there's a lot of brothers out there like, well, I can't see the Most High, but I can see this money right here. So I'm gonna believe in this money because I don't know where the Most High is at. And in my time of need, this money's been here, right? This job's been here, right? This money, this whatever, these clothes been here, these shoes been here, right? Right? So you can't mind the things that you see. For another example, like you see all these places, all these buildings, right? This is temporary, right? The things you see is gonna be temporary, right? And money, for an example, money is temporary because you have it one moment, then you gotta spend it. The purpose of making money is to spend it on something that you need, want, or whatever, right? So that money ain't gonna last forever, and it's paper at the end of the day. You can easily light flame to paper and it's gone. Can you light a flame to the Most High, right? If you even have a thought like that in your mind, he mess around, light you on fire. He mess around, have you go kill yourself, right? Do something crazy to yourself, because that's sinning against, that's blasphemy against the Most High. You can't, right? But I'm not gonna get into that. That's right. So we're gonna go into the commandments now. This is a good precept. Go to Romans 12 and 2, right? Because this goes on to how I was saying, like, you can't mind the things of this world. You can't see that, well, I got a lot of, you can't look at somebody and be like, well, they got a lot of Gucci on, they must be this, they must be that. You can't mind the things of this world. You can't surfeit and like wanting materialistic things, because this stuff is not going to last. The stuff that you see with your eyes is not going to be forever. And he said what you don't see is eternal, right? Like the air, you can't see the air. That's going to forever be. There's nothing that can take that away. But go ahead, brother.
Romans chapter 12 and 2. And be not conformed to this world, but be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind, that ye may prove what is that good and acceptable and perfect will of God.
Right? So, there's a lot of people that's like, they read that precept and be like, well, dang, I gotta transform my mind. So, how I used to think smoking was a good thing, now I gotta think it's not. Now I have to go contrary to what I believe. Well, that's what you gotta do, right? He says, but be ye transformed by renewing your mind. You gotta renew your mind. Because there's a lot of brothers, like for us example, right? There's things that, like with this truth, we didn't know about this truth. And we thought that we believed in the Most High by going to church on Sunday and then sometimes reading, if we read at all, but we can just believe. Because church teaches you that you can just believe in the Most High and walk around and be like, well, I believe in the Most High. and then you're doing contrary to what the Most High is saying, and that's faith, right? So you have to renew your mind. When you hear this truth, you got to renew your mind. You got to be open to all things, not seducing doctrines, because but right before I say that, because he says that ye may prove what is good and acceptable and perfect will of Yahweh, right? So once you renew your mind and the Most High is truly something with you, you can hear a doctrine that's saying, for example, you can have sex on the Sabbath day, right? You're going to hear that and be like, wait, but he said not to do your pleasures on the Sabbath day. So you're going to be like, well, that's not a good thing, right? You're proving what is good, and Slakia, you're proving what is good and acceptable and the perfect will of the Most High, Yahweh, right? So once he's something with you, when people come to you with fake, false flags, with false doctrines, with lies, excuses, deceitfulness, the Most High gonna put that spirit in you because you've been doing the works and keeping his commandments and his laws and his statutes and living by his word. He's gonna make you be able to prove like, well, that can't be real. That can't be this and that. And you're gonna feel it. You're gonna feel the vibes, because Slocky, if I'm going off topic a little bit, but there's sometimes where we watch other brothers camps, right? And you can almost feel the just vibes is like it's off, right? And that's the Most High. The Most High is putting it in you to steer clear of that, right? And so here. Go to Peter 5 and 8. Right? Because if you're not in this doctrine, if you're not in this word, and the Most High not something with you, Satan can just come and deceive you, make you turn it. He could turn you into an atheist, right? And it's not even Satan, Slakia. It's the Most High feeding you onto your lust, because if you're not really in the word, if you're not taking heed to the doctrine, let me give you an example, right? So say you come into this truth and you always thinking about smoking. You thinking about smoking. Like, you can't take your mind off smoking for a moment. The Most High is going to eventually, if you continue to do that and you're not praying and repenting and reading and staying in the word and being steadfast in the word, right? He's going to feed you over to those lusts, to those lustful thoughts that you have. So, and again in Romans 12 and 2, he says, be not conformed to this world. You can't be conformed to this world. You can't be conformed to the things of smoking, drinking, partying, and doing etc. and etc. Go ahead, brother.
1 Peter 5 and 8. Be sober, be vigilant, because your adversary the devil, as a roaring lion, walketh about seeking whom he may devour.
Right, and the Most High said be sober. Being sober means a couple things. It can mean like literally being sober, right? And then being sober is staying in the word, and because once you're in the word, you're sober. Your mind, you can think perfectly. Like when Satan comes at you with certain tricks, you'll be able to peep like, that's Satan. He trying to tempt me, right? You're gonna be able to feel that because you're sober, and you sober in the word, right? So, and then he says, be vigilant. That's going on to what I was saying. You got to be steadfast in his word. You got to be vigilant. Because what? Your adversary, the devil. Go ahead, brother, you read that.
Okay. Be sober, be vigilant, because your adversary, the devil, as a roaring lion, walketh about seeking whom he may devour.
Right? Because Satan is walking around he's plucking the, and it's the Most High that's allowing him to tempt brothers, right, into certain things, to seducing doctrines, to just not even believing in the Most High. And one time, or example, right, it'll say one thing in the Bible, like for example, the Edomites are gonna perish. Then it'll be brothers like, nah, I don't know, man. Because there's brothers that was hard in the word and going hard, and once they feed it into their lust too much, the Most High is going to give them over to that, and then they start thinking about all types of wild and stuff. Like they thinking, like the Most High can say the sky is blue, and then they'll be looking at the sky and they seeing that it's red, even though you literally see that it's blue, and the Most High is telling you that it's blue, right? They're gonna believe otherwise. They're gonna go contrary. They're gonna go by what their belly is saying. Your belly is your mind and your heart. That's what they're gonna go by. And the Most High, like he said, right? He said, your adversary, the devil, as a roaring lion, walketh about seeking whom he may devour. And especially when you're a brother in the truth, he wants to devour you, because he wants to prove to the not even prove to the Most High, but he wants to, like he said, he's seeking whom he may devour. He's trying to get as much people to be destroyed as he can, because he knows he's going to be destroyed, right?
So like it, and let me say this, and when he say he walking and he's seeking whom he may devour, he knows your weaknesses. The devil knows your weaknesses. Satan knows your weaknesses. Like if you had a problem with drinking before, you know what I'm saying? He's gonna throw signs at you. You may be walking and see people drinking a nice cold beer. You're like, damn, I want a beer. You know what I'm saying? The devil's gonna whisper in your ear, you can have that beer. Just repent after. It's all good. He still loves you. And or you might be trying to quit smoking, and then your bro might come to you, yo, bro, you sure you don't want to smoke? You sure you don't want to hop in this safe? So you gotta be sober minded. Keep that in mind. Like, nah, that's the devil trying to get me. You know, the Most High told me to stay sober because the devil walk around like a lion to seek him whom he may devour. So I just go with that,
right? And the Most High doesn't tempt people. I'm about to get that precept. So a lot of people is telling you like, well, that's the Most High. He's tempting you. The Most High don't tempt people. That's Satan. That's Satan. It's good. All right. Satan, he's tempting you, right? He's like this brother just said. You'll see your friends or whoever, like he said, drinking a cold beer. You used to drink, and you're like, dang, that looked nice. I remember I used to sip that. It felt so cold in my throat. You might think all types of crazy junk, because that's temptation, right? And temptation is going to come to all people. Satan, like he said, he's walking around seeking whom he may devour. But once you're in that doctrine and you're taking heed and you reform, right? You transform your mind, like he said in Romans 12:2. You're going to see that Satan is trying to tempt you, and you're going to rebuke that. Some brothers might go outside and walk around, or some brothers might literally talk to themselves in their head like, Satan, I know it's you, and get away from me, right? I believe in Yahweh Bahashem Hamashiach Yahweh Shai, right? And you're not gonna seduce me with these wicked spirits and these wicked thoughts, right? So I'm gonna get the precept on how the Most High doesn't tempt you, because there's brothers that tell you that, well, it's the Most High tempting you. He's trying to see if you're gonna do that, right? He doesn't tempt you. Saki, give me a moment. Right, so go to Slakia. Right, go to James 1:13. See, and the Most High works in mysterious ways. Like last time I came out here, me and a brother, we was thinking about the same precept, and we literally found it at the same time too, right? That's the Most High. And it's sometimes where you'll be looking for one precept, and then you scrolling and you reading, and then the Most High will show you this precept and that precept, because it goes with what you're saying, right? Go ahead, brother.
What's in James what?
James 1:13.
1:13, gotcha.
James!
Oh, sorry.
Go ahead.
James 1:13. Let no man say, when he is tempted, I am tempted of God. For God cannot be tempted with evil, neither tempted he any man.
Right? So if he can't be tempted, why he going to tempt you? That's what he's saying. Why is he going to bring temptation onto you, right? He's not gonna do that. That's Satan. That's Satan's job. There's angels and there's other angels and workers of the Most High, right? Because people might say, well, Satan does what he wants. He does whatever he wants, right? But the Most High, he rules over Satan. He made Satan. So how can Satan do what he wants? And we're gonna get precepts on how you don't do what you want on your own. The Most High controls everything in everyone's minds, thoughts, actions, thought process. Everything you do is made and done by the Most High, right? So like I was saying, temptation comes by Satan, right? Satan, he tempts you. For example, he could tempt you with $1 million, like, brother, come sell your souls. And you can't literally sell your soul, right? But selling your soul means you giving away your morals, right? Say you a brother, say this brother right here, right? He's in the truth, right? Say Satan comes with $1 million, right? And then he's thinking like, damn, $1 million? I can smoke 1 million blunts. I can get 1 million Coronas. I can get 1 million pair of shoes. I can get a Ferrari. I like that Ferrari, right? So he's gonna tempt you in any way. Anything that he knows is for you, is that you like to do, or it can be used against you, and it has been used against you in the past. He's gonna come to you with that, right? So say like there's brothers that that try to stop smoking. Satan's gonna try to tempt you, right? Because I went through that. I don't know if this brother might have went through it. He probably did, right?
Definitely, every day.
Exactly.
Every day the Satan tempts me like, damn, man, I had a long day. Man, I could go smoke a blunt, forget all about it. But at the end of the day, when you're done with that blunt, you still gonna have the same problems. You still gonna have the same problems. But the devil wants you to feel temporary. He wants your body, your flesh to feel good for that moment.
Right, and what the Most High said, the things that I've seen are temporary. That blunt is gonna be temporary. Once you smoke it, you're gonna feel all types of regret. You're gonna feel like, dang, I really betrayed the Most High. For real. I know this world's about to end and I just smoked a blunt, right? Because that's how I used to feel when I was smoking and saying I was gonna stop or stop doing this and that. There's a lot of things that I said that I was gonna try to stop doing, and Satan kept tempting me. But the more that I stood fast in the Word and was trying to renew and transform my mind, eventually those things it went away. It was in the back burner type thing, right? It was in the past. It's a thing in the past, and Satan can't come now with that. He tries to, and it's like, brother, like, Satan, what are you doing? Like, the Most High got me and I'm covered, right? That's insurance. I'm insured of the kingdom if I continue and stand fast in the Word. So why would I go to something temporal and maybe jeopardize my chances of getting into heaven? You're not gonna do that, right? So you was on James 1:13. So alright. Fuck you. See, look, that's the spirit. Go to Revelations 2:5. Right? Because if you don't stand fast in the Word and you being conformed in the ways of the world, the Most High is going to come quickly and He's going to take whatever spirit, little bit of spirit you had in you, He's going to take that away, and you not going to get it back. Because once because He's a merciful God, right? So that means that there's a period of time where He's merciful, right? If you continue to do the things of this world and feed it into the lust of this world, right? He might give you a couple chances, like, all right, I'm gonna let you slide. I'm gonna let you slide. I'm gonna let you slide. That's forgiveness, right? And He tells you to forgive. So if He's telling you to forgive, that means He forgives, because He's perfect. He's not gonna tell you something that He's not doing and He doesn't have perfected, because the Most High is perfect, Slakia, in all ways, right? So like I was saying, He's gonna give you that grace period to repent and keep coming back to Him. But eventually He's gonna get sick and tired of it, and then He's gonna put the spirit on another brother, like, all right, you gotta get into this Word. The spirit that you have, He's gonna take that and put it in him, and he's gonna have it even, that flame is gonna burn in him even, like, throughout his whole body. Like, say you had that flame, it was just lingering in your fingertips. It was, first you had it in your heart fully, then it got to the point where you only got it in your fingertips, right? Right? So then the Most High gonna see that and be like, well, you lack faith. You're not trying to take heed to the Word. You want to be conformed in the things of this world, so here you go. He's gonna take His spirit away, and He's gonna give you the lust in the things of this world, right? So go ahead, brother, read
Revelation 2:5.
yeah.
Revelation 2:5. Remember therefore from whence thou art fallen, and repent, and do the first works, or else I will come unto thee quickly, and will remove thy candlestick out of his place, except thou repent.
Right? So the first works is the law, statutes, commandments, right? And having faith. Those are the first works. Because those were the things that was preached to from the beginning to the end. From the beginning of Genesis to the end of Genesis. What does he say? And Genesis, the beginning, right? When he's talking about Abraham, he's telling Abraham multiple times, like, have faith, do as I tell you to do, don't follow nobody else. Anybody else come to you with this and that, leave that alone. And Abraham's the reason why we have the chance to even make it to heaven, because he was faithful unto the Lord, right? He did everything. He did the first works of the Most High. Those was the first works, and he was one of the people that were were in the beginning of the first works, right? If I'm saying that right, right. And then he says, read where it says, or else I will come unto thee quickly.
Or else I will come unto thee quickly, and will remove thy candlestick out of his place, except thou repent.
Hey, brother, you believe in the Most High? You believe in God?
In the name of Jesus, brother.
Jesus? So why don't you come hear the word?
I got the word in me.
You got the word in you?
I got faith in
So where's your fringes? But you can't. You.
All I need is faith in his power.
Nah, that's not true, and we're gonna get that. And read that loud once we go there.
Yeah.
So, see? Exactly.
Yeah.
Brothers is prideful. I have it in me. You have it in you where? You don't got no fringes on. You
Not keeping the commandments.
like, what are you doing? And right, people might say, well, you can't judge somebody off their appearance, right? And the Most High says that. But just by looking at a man and he don't got his fringes, I'm not even gonna say that, right? I'm not gonna get into that.
So like this your light though. This lets brothers know you got your light shining and you keeping the word, statutes, and commandments. So, that's just being said. So if you see a brother without his fringes, you know that brother or that, if that sister's not covering up, she not in the word. They doing the works of they doing the works of Satan. They doing whatever they want. Like they over there drinking their beers. It's Saturday. It's the Sabbath day. They over there drinking beer.
Right? It's the Sabbath day, and get over there. Please get over there. Cause they doing everyone over there is an Israelite. Everybody over there in the Most High Wing is an Israelite, right? And what are they doing? And go over there too. That's Issachar over there. Like, look, the Most High in His Spirit, He got them in tribes, right? And Issachar, that's Most High Wing, whatever tribe they from, right? It's like a separation thing, and this is made by the Most High, right? The Issacharites on one side, and then the other tribes over there, right? The so-called Negro tribes is over there, right? And the Edomites, which is the so-called white man, they made this separation, right? Because Issachar don't want to deal with them, and they don't want to deal with them, right? And they not even trying to deal with the word at all. Neither of them trying to deal with the word, right? That brother said he got faith in the Most High. Yeah, and there's no works on that man, right? Hey, brother, you believe in the Most High?
Yes.
What's your nationality? Do you see yourself on this board? It goes by your
Luke.
father.
I'm Luke.
You're Luke.
Yeah, that's me. Luke. That's my name, Luke. Yeah, that's
not-
what I pray to.
That's not. Get that on camera.
That's what I pray to.
What's
Right.
your background?
He got a cross.
As man?
With
Are you like a so-called white man?
Yes.
Yeah, you're a so-called white man.
I'm
Well,
not prejudiced though.
so and according to the Bible, white man, you're Edomite according to the Bible. You're gonna go into slavery into the Bible.
Whatever they say, whatever God wants me to do, I do for Him. He's my Lord. He's who I pray to. Whatever He wants to do. He got me out. I didn't have a good life. I got sick. Now I'm on the streets, but that's what He got for me right now.
We really not trying to hear that.
I'm just letting you know.
Wait. Do you see yourself on this board right here? Is your nationality on that board? And it goes by your father. Whatever nationality your father is,
I'm Italian.
you're Italian, so you're not on that
So
board.
yeah, you will be Edomite. The Lord never gave his word to the so-called Italians. He only gave his word to everybody you see on here, the blacks, Hispanics, and the so-called Native Americans. That's what we came to save. Everybody else is going into slavery. The Lord don't care about y'all.
How
right?
come?
Wait,
How you
listen.
know that?
We're gonna tell you, brother.
We're gonna
right?
show you some precepts
So,
right
That's not what he tells me. That's not what he tells me.
nah, but
no,
wait.
it's
You
in-
read,
it's in-
you read the KJV Bible?
No, I read the regular Bible.
King
That's
James,
Catholic
King James
Bible.
version.
Catholic Bible I read.
See, look,
The
and
New
that's a
Testament.
seducing doctrine, right? But this is the original Bible, and let's go to Revelations 13 and 10, right?
Got
So,
it.
do you know how the so-called white man got this land?
No, they stole it.
They stole it,
From
right?
the Indians.
Revelation what?
Right, and
I know that.
they built it off the back of slaves, right?
Right,
And
absolutely.
they brought people into captivity, right?
Yeah, yes.
That's true, right?
Yeah, but the Italians. But
Wait,
wait a minute, let me explain to
13
you, my
and
friend.
10.
I'm a little older than you.
What?
I'm a little older than you. I'm 64 years old.
What does that mean?
Okay, I'm letting you know what I know. They brought the
don't know.
Italians. They brought the Italians in here. They built the
Let
city.
me
ahead,
tell you what
don't
the
even-
Lord said that's gonna happen to your people.
Good.
Revelation 13 and 10. He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity.
Right.
He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword.
Right, so you see that? Your Italian fathers, right? Because you say you're Italian.
Yeah.
They did this to us, and they helped it. Whether they physically
No,
put
not
us,
for-
no,
I
wait.
say the people.
See, look, he not trying to hear it. You gotta listen.
I'm listening.
You listen, then we're gonna let you speak to a
Okay.
certain extent, right?
Okay.
So, your fathers, your founding fathers, right? This is what they did to us, right? And what the Most High say in Revelation 13 and 10.
He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity.
So your founding fathers did this to us, so you have to go into captivity, right?
Right.
That's your judgment.
That's it. That's
Right?
yeah.
And you said you'll do whatever the Most High wants you to do.
Right.
That's right.
That's right.
Because whether you want to admit you're going to go into captivity or not, you're going to go into captivity,
Yeah, whatever
right?
the Lord wants me to do.
Right? So is this the real image of Yahweh Shai? Well, so-called Jesus Christ. Is that him?
Yes.
This?
Yes.
This is him? All right, go to Revelation 1 and 14.
You're
gonna
going to
show
deny
you.
me and everything, though. I know. You got to answer for everything. It's okay.
Cause
See,
we
look, the
we,
wicked
we
man
bringing out
fleeth
the
when
we
no
bringing
man
out the word of the
pursue it.
Lord. You said 1 and 13.
Yeah, Revelation 1 and 13. And get him, the wicked man fleeth
I
when no
know.
man pursue it.
I know thy works, and where thou dwellest, even where Satan's seat is.
Wait,
And
wait.
that,
That's Revelation 1 and 14?
Oh, 1 and 14.
Yeah,
All right.
1 and 14.
but I have few things against thee, because thou hast there them that hold the doctrine of Balaam, who taught Balak to cast a stumbling block before the children of Israel, to Salakia, to eat things sacrificed unto idols, and to commit fornication.
Wait.
1 and 14. But I have few things.
Nah, here.
Oh, okay.
You was on the other channel.
Oh yeah, I was on 2.
Yeah.
All right, Salakia. All right.
Revelation 1 and 14. His head and his hairs were white like wool, as white as snow, and his eyes were as flame of fire, and his feet like unto fine brass, as if they were burned in a furnace, and his voice as the sound of many waters.
All right. So this man right here, is his hair white like wool, or is it brown and it's straight? Right. That's not woolly hair. Is his eyes blue or fire? A flame of fire. Right. The Most High in the Bible, the KJV Bible. Right. Get that on the camera. Get the Bible, please. Hold on, brother. Right? So this is the Bible that everyone says they believe in, right? And yet they portray this image, a white man with brown hair, blue eyes, soft-spoken voice, right? The Most High say he has a voice of many waters. The voice of many waters, I can't speak like that. I can't speak the voice of many waters. There's no man on this planet that can speak and have the voice of many waters, right? So why is it that they portray this man, right, the so-called savior, Yahweh Shai, right, that's his real name, and they changed his name too. Why is it that when he's put in movies and stuff, he speaks soft-spoken, oh brother, come do this, come do that. He all up in their face like he about to kiss them. It's feminine. This is a gay agenda that they got set up, and a lot of people is believing in that, right? Because there's a lot of brothers, I believe in Jesus Christ. The letter J did not exist when Yahweh Shai was around,
Yeah, no,
right?
look. This This right here.
Slocky, we gonna talk
This
to
is
brother.
fake. This is
Get him,
the
get him.
real. This is the real Yahweh Shai.
Yeah, Republic Dominican. Yeah, nosotros adoramos eso.
Yeah, this
Yes.
right here is this. No, look, this right here is what they described. His head and his hairs were white, like wool. This is white, you know.
Yeah,
this
yeah.
is not white. This is brown.
No, yes.
You know.
Yeah. Huh?
And his eyes were as a flame of fire, meaning they were red. You know, rojo. You know, these are blue. You know, he has red eyes, and his feet are like fine brass, like me and you, colored. You know, and I say burnt in a furnace, like him. Like them, look how dark they are. This is how dark Yahweh Shai was.
Religion, yes.
This is no good. That's a white man.
No good, yes.
Yeah.
No,
Hold on, Slocky.
Yeah, I don't really speak Spanish.
yeah.
Yo no tengo español.
Tiene un poquito.
Poquito.
Un poquito, yeah. Sí. Oh, wow. Está bien, man. Yeah. Pero religión bien.
Yeah, and the thing with that, right? This brother came over. That's the Most High, but we don't got a translator for him, right? And at the end of the day, whoever's supposed to hear the word, right? They're gonna hear the word whether they don't understand the language or not. And hopefully he goes around and sees Issacharites preaching and they can speak
We're trying
to
to bring out the fake where everybody believes in, and we're trying to show everybody the real Jesus, the real Yahweh Shai, what he really looked like.
Oh, yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Yes. Now, how about you, my friend? You clear Domingo, Santo Domingo.
Yeah.
Durante.
Yeah, but that's what everybody believes, but that's not real. You know, that's what the white man wants you to think.
Entonces.
Yeah, this eso está bien right here.
That's a US, yeah.
Yeah, see.
Yes.
right? And we
Soy
gonna,
de Santo Domingo, yeah.
Yeah, right here. Santo Domingo, right here.
Santo Domingo, yeah.
Tribe of Simeon, right here. You will be God's people. Me and you from the same tribe. We from the tribe of Simeon. Me and you.
Oh, yeah.
you see, but brothers, they, right? You see, it's brothers that hear that they are part of the tribe, and then they don't want to believe in, they don't want to follow the commandments. So Most High willing, this brother, he's gonna get the word by somebody. Most High willing anyway, because we can't give it to him because we don't speak his language, right? But we're gonna keep on rebuking the Edomites because since he came over here, we're gonna keep going at him, right? Even though he not here, the wicked man fleeth when no man pursued, right? Once we told him his judgment, he was quick to go away, right? And he was like, I'm gonna do whatever the Most High want me to do. That's true, but he didn't want to accept that, right? He didn't even want to look at it. He looked at it and looked up mad quick, right? He wasn't trying to look at it at all. I'm pointing at it, he trying to look me in my eyes like, he not trying to deal with it. He don't want to deal with it. Exactly. It's shame. Confounded, right? He ain't believing that. And he ain't, and one, he's reading from a Catholic Bible. That's a false doctrine, right? Because that was made by Edomites. That was the doctrine that was actually made and founded by Edomites, the so-called white man. Because a lot of people say this Bible right here is, oh, a white man wrote it. No, they didn't. They only translated it from.
Have a nice day, man.
They only translated it from Hebrew into English, right? Because if it wasn't plain English, can you understand it? Can I understand it? No, we don't know Hebrew. That was taken away from us. That was stripped away from us. And I'm going to get that since I'm already there. Slakia. And I'm looking for the precept where, right? Because the white man stripped us from our actual nationality, right? They got us thinking we blacks, we African American.
Yeah, that might be in Deuteronomy.
We this and that, right? Nah, that's in like Psalms. All right, right. I got it. So go to Psalms 82, 83, Slakia, and 2, and then read from 2 to 5. Right? So they took us from where we're actually from, right? And they destroyed our names. We don't know. Yeah, Psalms 83 and 83 and 2 through 5. So read 2 through 5.
All right, we have Psalms 83, verse 2. For lo, thine enemies make a tumult, and they that hate thee have lifted up the head. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people and consulted against thy hidden ones. They have said, come and let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance. For they have consulted together with one consent. They are confederate against thee.
Right? So the white man, right? Because a lot of brothers will say, well, the Illuminati ain't real, etc., etc., right? I got on this point before, but it's going to keep coming out because it's the truth. Y'all going to keep hearing the truth. I'm going to keep rebuking you with the truth, right? So that tumult they made, right, and that confederacy they made against us, that's the Illuminati. The top of the top, Slakia, Edomites, they made a group, and they're like, well, we know they God's chosen people, so, and the Most High, he not dealing with us, so we gotta make them go astray, because if we going down, they going down with us, right? That's their thoughts. And he said that come let us cut them off from being a nation, right? That the name Israel be no more in remembrance. So now we're at a point where Israelites are blind. They don't even know they're Israelites. You'll walk up and tell a brother, well, brother, you an Israelite. I'm not Muslim, I'm black. Yeah, like, they proud of being black. They're proud of being a byword and a proverb, right? And there's a lot of brothers like, yeah, I'm black. I love Kool-Aid and watermelon Slakia. You really like acknowledging that proverb. Like, that's mad racist, right? And y'all don't, and then once a black man gets killed, right? Y'all all bugging out. Oh, the white man don't like us, da-da-da. But what are y'all doing about it? We giving y'all a doctrine that shows you what you gotta do against that, so that you know what to do once you encounter an Edomite, and how to like carry yourself, right? How to speak, because there's a lot of Jake, right? Jake is Israelites that don't know that they're Israelites. They're blind to the truth, right? So there was a video I was watching. It was a Jacob, right? A cop was trying to arrest him for no reason, right? It was for no reason, but he fighting back. The cop trying to arrest him. He throwing his arms. He telling him, no, you're not arresting me. Then another cop pulled up. What he do? He came up and just straight up choked him, body slammed him. Mind you, he's still fighting back. But that's why we getting shot, because we ignorant and proud. That's being proud. You can't tell a so-called cop, right, that you're not gonna get arrested. Even though you know that you getting arrested for no reason, you can't be proud to the point where it's like, I'm putting my life on the line to prove a point. Mind you, he was on camera, so that's another reason why he was doing that. That's pride. He wanted to be seen. He's trying to make a so-called statement and stand up for the so-called blacks, right? This is how you stand up for the so-called black, the Israelites that's on this tribe. This is how you stand up to that, right? So, like I said, they made a confederate and a tumult against us to make us believe that we're not Israelites, that we gotta walk around in Gucci and Prada all the time. Mind you, these are white brands, right? So-called white Edomite brands, and we glorify their brands to the point where it's like, if you're not wearing Nike, you're not fly. You're not wearing Gucci, you're not fly, right? Why can't you be flying your fringes? Why can't you be flying the word? That's really being fly, right? So they cut us off from being a nation, and we got all these stupid thoughts in our mind that we could wear pants and this and that. They cut us off. They made a confederacy against us. They came up in a group, and because they have power, they got money, power, riches, whatever, right? They're able to do that, right? They own the banks. They own what you see on TV, and certain things you see on TV, not certain things, everything you see on TV is for a reason. It's programming, right? Back in the day, what did they call TV stations? They called them programs. Do you think they just, well, because programming is when you make something and you making it, you're building it to have certain traits, to do certain things, to do this and to do that and say that and think a certain way. That's programming, right? So they called the TV stations programs, and now we call them channels or whatever other name, right? But right now I'm saying channels. We call them channels. They changed the name. And that's craftiness and deceitfulness, because people are not thinking of it like they're calling them programs, so it must be programming me to think or feel a certain way. Just like school, they teaching you to feel and think a certain way. It's all programming, right? And the Most High said you have to renew your mind. So once this truth comes to you, you got to forget all that stuff you've seen on TV, and you got to take heed to the doctrine. Most High willing, that's what you're going to do if you're chosen according to the Most High, right? So go to Psalms 49 and 11, right? So y'all gotta get that programming out of your mind. They programmed y'all to think that y'all not Israelites. They programmed us, because we all at a point believe that, but they programmed us to believe that these are the so-called Israelites. These are the Jews, right? But yet they do everything contradicting what the Most High tells them to do, and what the Israelites are supposed to do, they contradict that. And the actual trials and tribulations that the Israelites went through, according to the Bible, right? They didn't go through any of that.
They don't fit the description.
They don't.
Nope.
Identity theft, and we're allowing it, right? If you have a credit card, right, with money on it and your identity and stuff, when you find out that someone scammed you or identity theft you, aren't you gonna go to court, go to the judges like, well, they stole this and that, I want my identity back, da-da-da. That's what you're supposed to do with this word. But a lot of y'all, man, y'all can have my identity. I don't care. I just want to be me. I want to do what I want to do, right?
Salakia. Everybody want to be thugs, bro. Everybody want to come out here, and everybody like lately I've been seeing a lot of people on what's a jail base, but everybody getting caught with guns and a conspiracy to rob. Like this not even like a ghetto, like compared to Chicago. Like, this not a bad place, but everybody want to be thugs. Why? Because it's in the music. Like I said, like in the programs. That's because everybody want to look up to rappers doing that and selling drugs and all this shit. Like making, excuse my language, but like making our girls just want everybody that want a girl that shake their ass and twerk and everything. Like,
yeah, that's being conformed in a world, Slaki, right? That's taking heed to the things of this world. And Slakia, I forgot my thought, but go ahead, brother.
Psalms 49 and 11. Their inward thought is that their houses shall continue forever, and their dwelling places to all generations. They call their land after their own names.
Right, and that's the inward thought of the Edomites, right? The so-called whites. That's what they think. They want to continue their name forever. They don't care how they die, when they die, what time they die. As long as my name is going on throughout the world, my name is being passed out throughout the world, right? That's what they're worried about. They're not worried about anything else. They worried about their money, their name, just vanity, right? They taking heed only to themselves, and they don't regard what the Most High say. They don't care what the Most High say. That's why they're bound for destruction, right? Because in Genesis, right, Esau, the so-called white man, he went against what the Most High gave him to eat food. He disregarded his blessing for bloody meat, raw meat, food that's not even cooked. You eating it, it's blood falling out your food. Who does that? Who eats food with blood dripping down? Like, you eating the food and it's blood dripping down your mouth. It's not even like come on, it's not even like cooking grease or anything. It's blood dripping down your mouth. You got blood in your mouth. People catch STDs, this and that, and they're animals. They're eating animals that's out in the wilderness, right? You don't know what they got in their blood. They get bit by mosquitoes and all this stuff, so they can be transmitting all these diseases, and you eating bloody meat, and you traded your blessing for bloody meat. Come on now, that's wicked, right? And back to what I was saying. So in Psalms 49 and 11, I'm gonna read it again. Their inward thought is that their houses shall continue forever, and their dwelling places to all generations. They call their lands after their own names, right? So Israel, we're a land. We're a land of people, right? We're a land of people. We're a body. This is a land of people. The 12 tribes, we are one land. We are one kingdom. We're one nation, right? And once they took us, they named us after themselves. African American. Slakia, what's his name?
Something Africanus or something, right?
Yeah, like, the point is, brothers and sisters, they naming us after their own names. The places that they take, the dwelling places they take over, they name it after themselves. When they conquered America, they named it after a guy named Americano something, right? So, they making their own names for a land that didn't belong to them. There was people here, there was Israelites here before they came, and they had their own name for their land, and then they came. What they do? Well, we got weapons for y'all. We could trade weapons for your gold and da-da-da. Meanwhile, they had no intentions of trading. They had all their only intention was to take, right?
Salakia, let me say this. Alright, and what they teach in the book, like, our history is whitewashed. What you guys learn in school? Oh, who found this land? Christopher Columbus found it. But meanwhile, there was people already here. How you find something that's people already here? So if I found his phone. This is my phone now. Come on now. What they did was they had the native people teach them how to live off the land, how to build crops and everything. They learned what they had, they gained their knowledge, and then what they do, they rape, murder, made slaves of the people. That's what they did. The white people history, the Edomite history is complete evil. Everywhere they go, every land they go, it's just murder, rape, and it's just savage. They savages.
And their borders is called the what? The borders of wickedness. That's why, because they do nothing but wicked things. They don't have Israel, they have no good intentions for you, right? And how this brother said, that was a good point with Christopher Columbus, right? And you want to know how Christopher Columbus was even able to take this land? Because he wasn't an Israelite. We spoke Hebrew, right? So once they came, they spoke a certain type of Hebrew because we was all distributed throughout all the lands, right? So once Christopher Columbus came, you know who he had as a translator? He had an Israelite man as a translator, so he can talk to them back and forth. He was a white man. He had a foreign language. They couldn't speak to each other, right? If they would have just went over there with guns and stuff, the Israelites had a chance to fight back because they would have seen them and had some type of awareness of what they was trying to do. But what? They had another Israelite with them. It's all deceit, right? So if you come with one of my people to come and speak with me, you must be coming in peace, right? Because my brother not gonna betray me like that, right? So if he's with you, you must have good intentions and you must be trying to have some type of peace, right? Meanwhile, it was all an act, and they only did that to take, right? Deceit. They deal with only deceitfulness, right? And go to Sakia. Right, go to Deuteronomy 28 and 37. Right, and then once they took our land, it was over. At that point, it was over. And that only happened, 28 and 37. And that only.
I mean, you sure it's not 27? I'm in numbers, bro. I'm blind.
Yeah, Deuteronomy 28 and 37. Right, and then at that point, it was over, and that's because we didn't follow the law, statutes, and the commandments, right? So that's why we're in the time that we're in now, right? Go over there again, because they just love partying, you know.
Got the music playing. That's giving lust to your own flesh. You know, you're not supposed to do what you want to do, you know?
And on the Sabbath day, bro.
Deuteronomy. Oh, sorry. Go ahead, bro.
Deuteronomy 28 and 37. And thou shalt become an astonishment a proverb and a byword against all nations, among all nations, whether the Lord shall lead thee.
Right? So like I was saying earlier, black, African American, right? Those are bywords, right? That's not your actual nationality. This is your real name.
Yup. And Salaki, like,
Judah, Benjamin, etc.
what are our people getting in the habit of doing now? Dapping each other up. Oh, what's good, my nigga? You know what I'm saying? What's good? Like, you know, like, people take pride in what the white man, what the enemy call us. But if a white guy was to come up to you, hey, what's up, my nigga? You'll be like, what? What'd you call me? Come on, now go the same way. Like, it's the same word. It don't matter who say it. You're not supposed to say it. That's not what we are. You know what I'm saying? We brothers and sisters to each other.
And that's another proverb type thing too, because like this brother just did, like how we be like, what's good, my nigga, da da da, right? When white people see us and we come to, like, we go to their areas, right? Because for an example, right? I switched from Lakewood to a Edomite school. I went there, they dapping me up. They're like, what's good, my nigga? What's good? This. They speaking in a way they don't speak. Why? Because they see I'm a black man from Lakewood. They're labeling an image on me. They don't even know, like, they don't know who I am. Like, they don't know what I'm into. They don't know what I like to do, how I speak. But that's a proverb. He must be black, so he must talk slang. He must like to speak in slang, right? So they have all types of proverbs and bywords. Like I said, bywords, spicks, wetbacks, etc., etc. We have different names. We have names that don't belong to us. Bywords, right? So would you like, that's like right? That's like you being Saki. If you're, right, for example, dang, what am I trying to get? Yeah, he not trying to get me to say what I want to say. Slakia, but say another byword, right? Like, somebody walk up to you and be like, if I walk up to this brother and be like, well, you ugly, bro, or this and that, right? So that's a byword. Is he ugly? He's an Israelite man made by the Most High. The Most High said all things he makes is perfect. All things he do is perfect, right? So whatever he makes is gonna be perfect no matter what. So how you gonna label this man as being ugly when really he's a perfect man? Not perfect man, but he's a perfect creation, right? Because the Most High made him.
We're made in his image. That's
right.
why we are perfect.
Exactly. So you can't be labeling somebody something else that they're not, right? And a lot of y'all don't like that. When somebody calls you out of your name, that's perfect. When somebody calls you out of your name, right? A lot of y'all, oh, it's bullying and da-da-da. But the white man calling us out of our name and we accept it. It's acceptable. Oh, we black, yeah, we African American, we this and that. Like, come on now.
And Salakia, another thing with the Eves, like, first it was, you know what I mean, you wasn't supposed to call a female out their name. So, you know what I mean, if you calling, you know what I'm saying, excuse my language, but if you calling like, hey, yo, bitch, you know what I'm saying, like, they gonna be like, what you say? But now it's like, hey, bitch, you know what I'm saying, like, girls wanna, you know what I'm saying, they say it like they proud of it, like, exactly. You know what I'm saying, they wanna go to the club and act all, like, you know what I'm saying, act all slutty. But that's what this world into now, you know what I'm saying? You gotta, what comes in comes out. You know what I'm saying? If you study the Bible, you do good things. But if you listening to rap and smoking and doing whatever you want, you're gonna give it to the things of your flesh and give it to the things of this world and fall short of the Most High. You can't love him and do whatever you want. Like, if I say I love my mom, but if she tell me be in by 10 o'clock, that's a reasonable time. But if I'm coming in at 11, whatever, I'm pretty much saying F you, ma, do whatever I want. That's the same thing you're doing to the Most High.
So that's why we're in the land of our captivity. Because we don't listen. We are stiff-necked people, right? We do what the hell we want to do. Shalom. Whatever we want to do. Hey, brother, you believe in God?
Every day of my life.
You want to come hear the word? This is out the Bible.
Yeah, I know every chapter.
You know every chapter? That's being proud. That's being proud.
Yeah.
So why you don't... Come on, man. He a drunkard. What?
Tomorrow. I'm on Sunday.
It's the Sabbath day today. Today the day of the Most High.
You heard that, right?
Today the Sabbath day.
That's a perfect example, right?
That the Most High don't believe in Sunday.
So you don't believe in the Most High then?
Yeah, it was created by Jesus.
Wrong.
Everything
Man,
was
that
created by
brother,
Jesus.
he-
The man
That's
is
Jake.
spirit that you don't see.
That-
That's created.
That's Jake right there, you know.
So you see,
He
like,
he
you
giving
put
it to the white.
my respect.
He
That
giving it to the
respect
white
you.
man religion.
I respect
You know
you
what I'm
for
saying? What he say? What he say? He
No
give it
matter
to.
what, it's still real. It's
He
not
said.
each other
He
faith.
said that's wrong.
Whoa.
The Lord said. The Lord tells us to judge. See, he giving it to the white man religion. He's saying I believe in Sunday, but what the Lord say? The Lord say in the first book of Genesis to keep his Sabbath day holy.
Oh, brother, I gotta be some.
And God, this is Genesis chapter 2 verse 3. And God blessed the seventh day and sanctified it, because that in it he had rested from all his work which God created and made. This is Sabbath day. He's talking about Sunday. God never said he rested on the first day of the week. He said he rested on the seventh day of the week. Okay, brother, what you want me to pull out?
Right, and go to Corinthians 6 and 2. Right, and he talking about, oh, he said not today, tomorrow. I got God on Sunday. Right, a lot of Jake, they want to only go to church on Sundays. They only want to deal with God on a specific day. Mind you, every day you're supposed to be thinking inwardly and outwardly. You're supposed to be thinking about the Most High all throughout the day.
First Corinthians, correct?
Let me see. Yeah.
Okay. 1 Corinthians chapter 6 and 2. Do ye not know that the saints shall judge the world? Let me repeat that. Do ye not know that the saints shall judge the world? What he say? Thou shalt not judge. Do ye not know that the saints shall judge the world? And if the world shall be judged by you, are ye not? Salakia. Are ye unworthy to judge the smallest matters? So what? Oh, my bad. Continue.
Right? So he said, do ye not know the saints shall judge the world? There's a brother over there that he came over, he was disregarding what the Most High said, because these people right here were the saints, right? And he's a saint too, but he not taking heed to the word. He can be a saint anyway, right? A saint is a Israelite that's taking heed to the word and the doctrine and doing what he's supposed to do and doing his job and getting his works done.
Yeah.
Right? But that brother don't want to deal with that. He only said that because he don't want to be judged.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people, they not dealing with being judged, right? And he says, do ye not know that the saints shall judge the world? So the Israelites that's in the word, they're going to judge the rest of the world. And it's not in a way like we trying to get at you. We trying to get at you to make you do what you got to do, right? You got to follow the laws, statutes, and the commandments. That's what we're supposed to do, and that's what we're here for, right? And I'm going to get another precept on judging, because a lot of y'all love to say that you cannot judge.
Oh, don't judge me. Oh, just because I'm gay, don't judge me. Oh, the Lord gonna love me anyway. No, because whatever the Lord say he hate. He's not gonna love you just because you think he love you. Oh, I could be gay and love the Lord and he's still gonna love me. Nah, if you're gay and you don't wanna repent for your sins and try to, as a man to try and get a wife if you're gay, or as a lesbian to try and get a husband, then they're an abomination to the Lord. You know, he don't change from Genesis to Revelation. He stays the same.
Right? And judgment is a form of like, go to Timothy 4 and 6. Right? And judgment is when you're, right, you getting on somebody to correct them. Right? People take judgment like, oh, well, you just trying to point out, oh, my bad. Judgment, like I just said, is when you're telling somebody what they're doing wrong so they can correct themselves. So why do you not want to be judged? And the Most High says it's a good thing to judge. And we're going to get that in Timothy 4 and 6.
Timothy chapter 4 and verse 6. If thou put the brethren in remembrance of these things, thou shalt be a good minister of Yahushua Mashiach, nourished up in the words of faith and of good doctrine, whereunto thou hast attained. Slaki.
right? So you got to stay nourished up in this faith and the judgments, right? And he said what? He said, if thou put the brethren in remembrance of these things, thou shalt be a good minister of Yahweh Shai, right? So us coming and giving you the judgments, the laws, statutes, and commandments, right? Right? So that's judging you, and that's I know. And that's righteous judgment, right? That's what you're supposed to do. He said you're a good minister, right? If you're putting people in the remembrance of the words of this Bible, if it says not to smoke and you see a brother smoking, you're supposed to show them you can't smoke, brother. That's putting people in good remembrance, right? And that's being a good minister, right? So they're so-called. Come on, I'm not. He not. Whatever.
You got,
Slocky.
man. You got look. All right, so you got brother over there. He got the cross on. He got the white collar that you see the pastors wear. What's in that man's hand? Look like a cigarette in that man's hand. He over there dapping them up. It's a Sabbath day. Why he not rebuking those brothers? Why he not giving the man the word? Why he not saying, man, it's a Sabbath day, and he not even in his fringes? That man not in the truth. He on a white man religion. He probably gonna go over there. You gonna ask him? He probably Catholic or Christian.
Right, and you see, they be wearing those collar things, and it's like, when does the Most High tell a priest to wear that? Can you show me where he says that? Cause I'm pretty sure he tells you to wear a turban, a breastplate. If you're a priest anyway, a breastplate, right? You gotta wear your robe, your fringes. Like there's requirements, right? So that brother is off, but back to what we were saying, right? Not to people saying you can't be judged. The Most High said, if you put people in the remembrance of his laws, statutes, and judgments, and that's judging. No matter how you want to put it, that's judging somebody, right? You showing them the correct way on how to do stuff and how you should and how you should go about doing it and go about changing yourself and how you should do it and what you should change and what you shouldn't change, right? That's judgment. And the Most High said the saints are going to judge the world, right?
And he not talking about Salaki. He not talking about judge him like, yo, bro, them shoes ugly. That hair you got ugly. You know, he not talking about that judging. He just talk about, you know what I'm saying, rebuking what that brother doing or that sister doing if they're doing wrong and tell them to do right, you know?
Right? Timothy 4 and 14. 4 and 14. Yeah, because we was all, as Israelites, right? We was all given not to say power, but like a trait or something that's unique in us that we're supposed to do, and it was given by prophecy, right? Because the Most High prophesied that we would be out here preaching, and brothers gonna be out here preaching on the highways and byways, right? He prophesied all these things, and he prophesied that we would judge the world and etc. etc. But go ahead, read Timothy 4 and 14.
Timothy 4 and 14. Neglect not the gift that is in thee, which was given thee by prophecy, with the laying on of the hands of the. What is that?
Where you at? Prohibitions. Saki, I don't even know what that means, but we can look that up, right? If you don't know what something means, you gotta look it up so you can understand the precept.
You don't want to be left ignorant.
Yeah. But while he's looking that word up, right? So the point I wanted to get to, he said neglect not the gift that is given, that is in thee, which was given by prophecy, right? So the gift that was gifted to us was to come out here and preach the word to the Israelites of anywhere that we're at and we're preaching at, right? We're supposed to give them the word and preach the word to them. That's a gift that was put in us. He said not to neglect it, right? So if we out here preaching the word and showing y'all what to do, that's us not neglecting the gift that's in us, right? How selfish would we be if we knew the word of the Most High and we kept it to ourselves? We see brothers doing this and that, and then we're not trying to deal with them. Okay, brother, go ahead. Do what you want to do. Don't follow the law, statutes, and commandments. You'll be okay. That's neglecting the gift that was given to you. Your God-given gift, right?
I'm gonna read that over because I messed up. Salakia.
This is Timothy 4 and 14. Neglect not the gift that is in thee, which was given thee by prophecy, with the laying on of the hands of the presbytery.
right? And go to Timothy 6 and 11.
Timothy 6 and 11. But thou, O man of Yahweh, flee these things and follow after righteousness, godliness, faith, love, patience, meekness.
Right? So those are things you're supposed to follow. You're not supposed to be following people that's smoking. And like we keep saying smoking because these are things of the world that people love to do. Like this is like it's like a wave. Like everybody wants to smoke and do and follow. The wave of this world is lust and doing things that's abominable unto the Most High, right? So he says, as a man or woman of the Most High, what he say? Read that again, brother.
What was that?
6 and 11.
Oh, 6 and 11. Okay.
Whereunto I am. Wait, what the heck?
Oh, I'm on the wrong. Oh, 6. Okay, yeah.
No. Right. Oh, this is
6
second
and
Timothy.
11.
Oh yeah.
But thou, O man of Yahweh, flee these things and follow after righteousness, godliness, faith, love, patience, and meekness.
Right? So you got to follow all those things. You got to follow righteousness. Righteousness is rebuking your brothers, coming out here on the Sabbath day and teaching. It's hot out here and we still out here because we love our brothers and sisters out here. And it's sad that we out here doing whatever we want on the Sabbath day. Like you can't, this is wicked, right? This is philosophies of the world. This is being conformed in the world. This is not doing this and doing whatever, everyone doing their own thing, minding their own business, doing whatever they want to do. That's being conformed in the world, and you're not following righteousness, godliness, faith, love, patience, and meekness. How do you have faith in you doing contrary to the Bible, right? How is the Sabbath day? You don't know it's the Sabbath day, right? Or if we telling you it's the Sabbath day, you don't want to deal with that.
Brothers talk about I go Sunday. What does Sunday got to do with keeping the Sabbath day?
Yeah.
Like even if you kept the Sabbath day, but you enjoy going to church, you know what I'm saying? All right, more power to you. You know, go to church, but at the end of the day, know your word. Like if the preacher teaching folly, don't believe in that folly. Don't believe, oh, you know what I'm saying, Jesus loves you. Jesus loves you. He loves everybody. You know what I'm saying? That's folly. That's bull.
And that's a simple person. There's nobody, right? There's nobody that just, not to compare ourselves to the Most High, but nobody just loves, right? And he says we're made in his image, right? And we have traits like, Slakia. Like we have traits that we have, for example, like hatred. We're not supposed to hate, but we do it, right? And we're made in his image, right? So that means there's things that we do that he does and thinks. Like he's jealous. He said he's a jealous God. Not to provoke him, because he's a jealous God, right? A lot of people be like, well, he just loves. He's like, that's a simple person. He is so simple, and anybody's gonna be able to understand a person that's just loving, right? They're gonna take advantage of him and do all these things. And the Most High, you can't take advantage of the Most High, because he gonna destroy you. If you doing whatever you want, and you Slakia, right? You just doing whatever you want, and you're not taking heed, and just doing whatever you want, and like, what do you expect? Like, do you expect just y'all expect him? Y'all expect the Christianity, Jesus Christ, to just love, no matter my infirmities, love, right? I do bad, still love me anyway. Like it don't work like that, right? And read Amos 8 and 11 through 12.
Amos 8 and 11. Behold, the days come, saith the Lord Yahweh, that I will send a famine in the land, not a famine of bread, nor a thirst of water, but of hearing the words of Yahweh. And they shall wander from sea to sea, and from north to the east. They shall run to and fro to seek the Lord of the Most High, and shall not find it.
Stocky, and that was word. You said Lord. But, oh yeah. But, right? So right now, we out here preaching the word for y'all own goods, right? And there's going to be a time where this place is going to be desolate, and there's going to be a famine. There's going to be a famine of food, and there's going to be famine for this food. This is food. You got to eat this up while you can, man. Because there's going to be a point where there's not going to be no food on the pot or in that plate. You can't find it here, nor there, or there, right? Because he said people are going to go from north to east, you gonna be in America, you're gonna try to get on a boat like, oh, I heard the word of God is over here, let me go over there. That's how important the word is gonna be. The word is important now, but to a lot of brothers, Jacob, it's not really important to them. They just want to do what they want to do. But once things go bad, once that ship sinks, then everybody, oh Lord, when there's nothing else on this planet but to go to the Lord and to go back to the Lord, then everybody gonna want to go back to the Lord. Oh, please, forgive me. I'm sorry, I know I did this and that and da-da-da, but please, no.
It's gonna be too late.
It's gonna be too late, right? And he said, no man, he said,
I got you.
shout, yeah, go ahead, read that part for me, Slocky.
Which one? Verse 12?
Yeah.
And they shall wander from sea to sea, and from the north to the east. They shall run to and fro to seek the word of the Lord, and shall not find it.
Right, so they're not gonna find the word.
Slocky, let me say this real quick.
Go ahead, brother.
See, what that saying is, it's gonna be a time where me and brother Benjamin, we're not gonna come out here. We're not gonna be able to come out here. As y'all see, I don't know if y'all into what's going on, but what's happening in Hong Kong and over there, they having martial law. Don't think that's not gonna come to America. What's happening over here? What started the martial law over there? The riots. And what's happening over here? The race wars. All you see is white cops killing black people. That's getting everybody mad. What's gonna happen is America's gonna start to riot. We're gonna be fed up of America over the white man killing our people. Everybody's gonna riot, and then martial law gonna come. By then, it's gonna be too late. You're not gonna see nobody out here preaching the word, because that's when they're gonna shoot us down.
Right, and go to Timothy 4:2.
Yep.
Right, because this word is only out here for so long. So while we got it, and while y'all got it, y'all gotta take heed. And while we have it, and we're here and able to preach it to you, we're gonna keep preaching it. We're gonna rebuke y'all, right? 4:2. Because like I said earlier, there's brothers that's out here saying, well, I can't be judged, da-da-da. Well, let's read Timothy 4:2, and let's see if you can be judged by man or not, right?
Timothy 4:2. Speaking lies and hypocrisy, having their conscience seared with a hot iron.
Nah, that's wrong.
This is
that's
2 Timothy? You want 2 Timothy?
Yeah. Slocky.
Alright, 2 Timothy 4:2. Alright.
2 Timothy 4:2. Preach the word, be instant in season, out of season,
Man, he
reprove, rebuke, exhort with all long suffering and doctrine.
Salakia.
Right? So it's brothers out here talking about some get out of here, right? They don't want to hear the word. They mocking the words of the Most High. This is out the book that they claim they believe, right? But they saying get out of here, go your way, do this and that, right? And like he said in Timothy 4:2, he said, preach the word, be instant in season, out of season, reprove, rebuke, exhort with long suffering and doctrine. So we're going to continue to rebuke all of y'all out here with this word and this doctrine, because that's what the Most High tells you to do, right? But they don't want to deal with that. They simple. Jake is simple. They just want to do what they want and not be rebuked. Get out of here. Go along. We're not going to mess with you right now. What you mean? You're not messing with us. You're messing with the Most High. You disrespecting the Spirit. You're not doing nothing to us. We're going to be saved, Most High willing, and you just going to still be on this land of captivity. You're going to be a drunkard because that's what you want to do. And you're going to burn in the land of your captivity. And it's just going to be that. Go ahead, brother.
And Salaki, one more thing, saying you love the Lord, I'm telling you, that's not enough. The Lord said if you love him, keep his commandments. So, with that being said, those of you who repost this if you love God, that's all bullshit. He's seeing that. He has an angel there recording everything you do, believe it or not. So, that post not going to save your life. It might make you feel good, but the Lord don't even care. If you're not following his commandments, not keeping his Sabbath day, if you're still smoking and watching twerk videos and committing fornication and doing whatever you want, then the Lord not even with you. So that post not going to do nothing for you.
Right, like that brother said, that's another temporal thing. That's walking by sight and not by faith, because you see the post and you like, well, I'm going to share it so now God loves me, or I love God even more because I shared that. Another person made that post. And mind you, on that post, it's always this this is the Jesus that you see, right? That's the Yahweh Shai that you see. You don't see the so-called black Yahweh Shai, right? And that's false. So you're not doing nothing for yourself. You're not doing nothing, right? Go to Timothy 4:3.
Hold on, I'm about to have to pick up my wife.
All right, I'm about to read it, right?
Shalom.
All right,
I'm gonna catch you next Sunday.
all right.
I mean next Saturday.
Yeah.
All right. Thank
And
you, God.
after a few precepts, I'm gonna end it there, right? But Timothy 4:3, for the time will come when they will not endure sound doctrine, but after their own lust shall they heap to themselves teachers and having itching ears, right? So a lot of brothers, they don't want to endure this doctrine. They want to do what they want. Like a brother just came over and was like, well, you're not supposed to judge and etc., right? They following the doctrine of their own lust, right? They going with their own lust. They rather deal with their heart and what they feel in their heart than to go with the sound doctrine, right? And he said, for the time will come when they will not endure sound doctrine. This doctrine is sound, right? There's nothing that can be there's no man, there's nobody that can come over here and shut this word down and confound the word of the Most High, because the Most High has the answer to all things. He is the answer to all things, right? He said, I'm the Alpha, the Omega, the beginning and the end. So there is nothing that was made in this time that can confound him or his word, right? Because he's the Omega, he's the Alpha, he's the top dog, right? He's the chief, the boss, the commander, right? So, and he prophesied this. Nobody want to hear the word. It's dry out here. Everyone got dry bones and itching ears, right? They want to come and scoff and mock the words of the Most High. Like that's doing something to us. That's not doing nothing to me. That's all on you. That's going to reflect on you. And like Brother Jaquan said, the Most High has angels, something with us, and that's on this planet, right? That's recording everything. He has chariots that record everything. Everything is being recorded. There is no man that can escape judgment, right? And with that being said, Shalom Israel, and peace to y'all. And hopefully the Most High willing, he put a spirit in you to take heed to the sound doctrine, right? And not have itching ears. Shalom.